What is going on, guys? Today is May 28th. Today is Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? Yeah, it is Tuesday. Sorry. Clearly, I'm starting off amazing. I'm excited because today I'm filming, and usually when I'm filming, it means that I am motivated and I am happy and I am doing what I love to do, which is share with you guys just the way I do things and the way that I live my life in regards to fitness and hitting goals and just like being inspired every day to look a certain way, whatever that means. I like to bodybuild, I like to build muscle, I like to go to the gym, I like to get in protein, I like to have my body composition be a certain way, and everyone's different, but I will say this. I was finally inspired because yesterday was one of those days where I had multiple people come into my life at work, running into them at the grocery store. I had a friend reach out to me through text, and a lot of the conversation was circulating around me, my prep, my YouTube channel, and just seeking advice for other people's weight loss journeys or fitness goals, whatever they may be. And I thought, wow, like all these different walks of life are all making me feel like I love doing what I do. I feel like I can be inspired. I can inspire myself every day, and to see that I inspire other people, or even just that like people hear me or are proud of me or motivated by me, whatever. And I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna pick up the camera today. Yesterday was actually the 27th, which makes it one whole month since my show, since walking on stage, and I have had a ton of fun. I have had awesome workouts. I'm still working out 6 days a week. I am actually in a bulking phase, which means that I'm going to be in a caloric surplus, trying to put on muscle mass. Obviously, I'm going to gain fat as well. Gaining fat, losing fat can be healthy either way. And I am now just eating in a caloric surplus with more carbs, a little bit more fat, and keeping my protein high, which is super important. I'm looking around over here because I have all my food, because today I'm gonna film a little breakfast meal, and basically I'm just gonna show you that whether you're trying to lose weight, whether you're trying to put on muscle, whether you're trying to just have healthier eating habits, this is a breakfast that is super cheap. It's gonna be super healthy, and I even have a little bit of chocolate in here so that if you're like me and you have a sweet tooth and you're not on a prep, you can fit yummy snacks into your diet and make it work for you. And I'm gonna show you how I do it. So I wanted to start this video by just like referencing yesterday and my inspiration and having people come up to me or even reach out to me. I wanted to start it that way because last night when I was going to bed, I had so many thoughts about like, what do I want to tell you guys, or like what direction do I want my channel to go. And honestly, I'm gonna do like a little mini series. It's nothing crazy. It's just gonna be like the next couple of videos that I provide for you guys is just going to be about eating mostly, and how like I will show you guys what I eat. I'm not going to be, you know, I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a nutritionalist, I don't even know. I'm not any of those things. I am a normal person who understands the process of losing weight to reach goals, because I do bodybuilding. I have been through a prep, and I'm just speaking through experience, and this is what worked for me. Now, it doesn't mean that this is an exact replica of what you should do, because you might have dietary restrictions, you might have allergies, you might have, you know, some sort of disease, whether that be you have high blood pressure or you have diabetes or you have something that is obviously not going to make your journey or your process or your goals even the same as mine. I'm just trying to show you a simple way to start. So for today's video, it's where do I even start? How would I even know what to do? Or I can't do this, blah, blah, blah. You know how it goes. So this is me showing you the first step to getting on track. So what I recommend doing is, if you're starting out your fitness journey or any sort of, you know, weight loss journey goal, I would tell you to download MyFitnessPal. Okay, so if you download this app and you're honest with this app and you actually do your due diligence and you keep yourself accountable all day by tracking what you eat, it's gonna be tedious, it's gonna suck. You probably won't wanna do it, and that's because you have so many other cool things to do on your phone, like be on Instagram, or maybe you're really busy at work and you don't even have time to look at your phone because you're a hard worker. Well, you have to make time for your phone and you have to make time to track what you eat. It is the #1 most important thing that I can tell you, period. Okay, so if you download the app, that makes it to where I'm going to put in all this information from all this food down here, and I'm going to put it into my phone so that I know exactly where I stand all day long. So if losing weight or putting on muscle, losing fat is important to you, and it really is a goal, this is how it has to start, and it is by your food. It is what you eat, because I'm gonna just keep this very simple because I know that like there are so many books and different styles of eating that contradict each other, whatever. The main thing is that if you are not in a caloric deficit for your personal body to live, function, how old are you, how much do you weigh, how active are you, that whole thing, if you are not in a caloric deficit, you will not lose weight. Period. You cannot lose weight. It's not possible because you are then in a caloric surplus if you are not in a deficit. You can maintain, that's a total another option. If you have a healthy diet that you maintain and you look the same all the time, you're happy with it, perfect. You're probably awesome. But unfortunately, not everyone can do that, and some people don't even track their food because they are like doing the same things every day and it's working for them. So that's great for them. But if you want to know what you're eating, you have to track it, and by tracking it you'll understand exactly where you sit with carbs and proteins and fats. And if you want to put on muscle, whether, I'm not saying you want to be a bodybuilder or like a physique person who you know, like looks masculine, or you don't want to be a tiny little bikini person that looks sick, you know, like whatever it is in your mind, like you don't have to be any of those, but you have to have a good composition between all of those things depending on your goals. So if you track, then you'll know what you're doing, blah blah. So I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna start cooking, and I will just make my breakfast here and I'll show you how I am going to track it, like exactly what I'm gonna be putting in my phone, how you can scan, how you can generically look up whatever. So that is what's gonna happen. So let's get to cooking some breakfast. All right, so I just turned my stove on. I've got my pan right here, and I am going to start my breakfast by making some eggs. So it's always a very easy go-to. And I'm using this. This is just a butter no stick spray, and Crisco. We always get different kinds, but just as long as it says 0 pretty much everything on the back, you are set to go. So that is an easy hack because clearly a lot of people use butter for many things. I'm sure it tastes awesome, and honestly, that's cool. If you can always use butter, just make sure you track it. I do not use butter, then I don't have to track it. Boom. Okay, so I have my measuring cup, I have my food scale, and I am going to be weighing my eggs. So okay, here's your barcode. You're gonna wanna scan that, and then you can go ahead and put in your eggs. These are just all whites. These are just liquid egg whites, and it's super easy to track because you can track it by the gram. This says that 46 grams is a serving size, and there are 5 grams of protein, 25 calories, 0 carbs for one portion of this. So I'm just gonna make sure that my scale is on 0, and then I'm going to pour this into here. So this is showing me, I'm always doing about the same amount, 100 grams. So you can see here, it says 103. So I just went ahead and put my liquid egg whites into the measuring cup. That way now I can grab my phone, and I literally do this step by step. You don't have to. It just makes it easiest that way. So you take your barcode scanner, and we're going to scan the egg whites. And then you can go ahead and in your phone, I guess I can just put this up on the screen for you guys too. I feel like that's like normally what people do. I'm just gonna type it right in here. So you can change this to grams. So obviously that was that one serving up here. You can't even see it, but you're gonna change it to grams. And then I can even put in exactly that I had 103 grams. So that is 56 calories, 11.2 grams of protein, 0 fat, 0 carb. Super easy protein source, and we're not even done. We're still gonna get in more protein because remember, I'm trying to put on some muscle. So go ahead and add that into your phone. And then over here, I have 2 eggs. So all I'm gonna do is take my eggs, and I'm just going to use both yolks because I love eggs, and mix it all together. And sometimes I will actually just mix them all up, and other times I'll just put them on the stove. And because I'm filming and taking forever anyways, this is super easy. My butter stuff is already really warm. These are gonna be super hot. Pause. All right. I had to turn down my stove because I'm not doing a good job cooking, but I'm just gonna pour these right in here. Wow. Really just cooking the eggs right up. I'm gonna do this. I did this when I was in Seattle. It seems to work fine. You put it on a stove, you can't really see me, whatever. But I'm just gonna mix all these eggs right up. I love this new pan that I got, upgraded from the prep. While my eggs are cooking, I'm going to make the second part of this meal, which is, what do you think? Oatmeal. I have got my scale, and I've got my microwave safe bowl because I'm just gonna cook these right in the microwave. And what I did is I just put my bowl on top of the scale again, zero it out so it says 0 grams, and I'm gonna go ahead and take, you can take 1 serving, you can take 2 servings, or you can just weigh it out to the gram because a serving size is a ½ cup of these Quaker oats, and that's 40 grams. So 40 grams is not gonna be that large of a portion. I obviously have more calories to hit today than I did in my prep, so I don't have to worry about like doing the least of everything, or whatever you can eat that you can confidently eat and know that it's not gonna screw up the rest of your day. I recommend you go that route. So 40 grams is 1 serving. I'm just gonna go ahead and do like 50, we'll do like 50 grams just because. Just to make it easy. So now that I poured my oats in there, over here you can see 50 grams. And same thing, I'm just gonna put it in my phone. So obviously we didn't track the eggs yet. So once you put your eggs in once, you can do the same thing. You can scan that box, or you can just go to your previous history. And we're gonna go to eggs. These were large eggs, and we had 2 of them, which means that it is 12 grams of protein, 10 grams of fat, 140 calories. So we're gonna go ahead and add that in there. And then with the oats, you literally can take your barcode scanner again, and we're gonna just scan the oatmeal. serving size is 40 grams. I'm just gonna switch that to 1 gram, and I'm showing that I had 50 grams. So that is 33.8 carb, 3.8 fat, and 6.2 grams of protein, making it 188 calories. So I've got my egg whites, I've got my eggs, and I've got my oatmeal, and we're just moving right along. So I'm just gonna add water to this, throw it into the microwave, and then I'll show you what toppings I use. I have this Wow butter because, once again, I do not get to eat peanut butter or almond butter or anything like that because I am a person who has allergies. So this is a substitute that I have found that I can eat in moderation and makes things like oatmeal taste super good. So once again, I'm just doing the same thing that I did do, which is I put it on the scale. It says it's 0. And the easiest thing to do is to take from this thing. So as opposed to me like trying to figure out, well, how do you get a serving? You just take it from as opposed to adding it to something. So now that I know that this is 0 grams, it says that serving size is 2 tablespoons and 32 grams, which obviously is a pretty high portion, like it's 200 calories. So I'm just gonna take a reasonable little scoop of ice cream, peanut butter. Oh my God. I don't even know what I'm talking about. And then I put it back on the scale. This is 13 grams. So you can see that one serving being 32 grams would be so much peanut butter. So this is plenty. Literally 13 grams is plenty. And I'm just gonna put it right on top of these oats and it's gonna melt right in. Same process. You can go ahead and scan the barcode. Here we are. Scan. They go by tablespoon as opposed, so this is the thing that you can sometimes run into with MyFitnessPal, and then you're like, oh, I don't know how to track it. So MyFitnessPal is only showing 1 tablespoon as an option for a serving size. So we know that 2 tablespoons was 32 grams. So 1 tablespoon is gonna be 16 grams. I had 13 grams. So I'm gonna round up because a little bit never hurt anybody, and it just makes it easiest that way. I don't need to go grab 3 more. You can if you want to be exact and be super meticulous. I did that a lot through my prep, and it was something that worked for me, but it can drive you crazy. So just like 13 is plenty. It's a tablespoon, easy enough. 1 tablespoon on the phone, check, we're done there. So we added our Wow butter. Love chocolate. And what do you know? There's an awesome barcode on here as well. So we're just gonna go ahead and scan this barcode. And it says that, let's see, serving size is 1 bar. This is weird. Sometimes it's weird, guys. You just have to go with it. So serving size is 1 bar or 50 grams, okay? So 260 calories. So we know that there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There was 6 in here. So 50 divided by 6, 8 grams, we'll call it. So if I just take off one of these, which it's already broken, so we're just gonna go ahead and add that to it. So lighting is horrible, but I just want to show you guys, this is my finished product. So obviously it doesn't look super pretty. The chocolate and the peanut butter I just mixed up in here. I've added a little bit of this Heinz no sugar added tomato ketchup. Once again, I just scanned the back. I did like 16 grams, which I think is a tablespoon or whatever the serving is. And then I just seasoned with the Himalayan pink salt and the black pepper. And I'm gonna eat this. The total calories for this, I will just read them off here and I'll put them up on the screen in case you want to know. The full meal was 532 calories, 43 carb, 24 fat, and 34 protein. So, as I was saying earlier, by doing that, it did take me a little bit of time, and obviously with filming, it takes even more time, but it is now tracked. So far today, I know exactly what I've eaten. I know how much more I need to hit my caloric and macro goals, and it's just as easy as that. So I will go ahead and show you guys a few more meals throughout this video. Maybe even, I don't know if I'll just end up filming the rest today and doing like a full day of eating, but I just want to put a couple examples out there because it's not always gonna be that easy and you won't always have labels. So maybe I'll do a dinner meal or something later or whatever it may be. But that is a super easy breakfast, super trackable, and such a good place to start. So I'll see you guys here in a little bit. All right, so burger is on the stove cooking, and I am going to toast my Fran's Everything Premium Bagel. I love these bagels. We have been buying these. The macros are actually really good on this. Long story short, it has 8 grams of protein per bagel. So on top of this ground beef I'm gonna eat, I'm getting 8 grams of protein just from the bagel here. And so I'm gonna throw it in the toaster and then I'll show you how I'm gonna garnish it. Finished product here. Cutest little super stacked burger. I went ahead and just added the same thing that I always do, which is honey mustard and ketchup. I did not track the pickles because it's not necessary, but here I have 4 ounces of lean ground beef. I have the Everything Bagel. I have 1 slice of a sharp cheddar Velveeta cheese, and then I tracked a little bit of honey mustard and ketchup. And the breakdown of this meal is 436 calories, 47 carb, 10 fat, and 35 protein. So this is awesome, super amazing burger here. I'm just gonna smush this right on top. Wow, this is gonna be freaking awesome. This is my new life hack. Everything bagel bun. So I'm gonna eat this. Obviously it's super quick. I did not show you how to make it because it's not that hard, but just an awesome protein source. I honestly contemplated if I was even gonna make this because I was feeling lazy and I have to work in less than an hour. And I literally just made an awesome burger, not that bad in fat as you saw, super loaded with protein and carbs, and now I'm gonna eat it and I'm gonna feel good. So keeping on tracking, and I'll see you guys with another meal. Welcome back, everyone, to my kitchen. I just wrapped up making myself some breakfast. It's about 11:30 in the morning, and honestly, today was one of those days where I was waking up, and by the way, I eat all my meals on my couch because I live that life. So anyways, I just wanted to say that I woke up this morning. There's a light. I wasn't feeling motivated. I wasn't feeling motivated last night. I was really put off by work, and sometimes just like hustle and bustle and the fact that I'm young and in my 20s with no money is hard. And I I've made decisions in my life that put me where I am, and just working really hard, but having like a side passion or even something like having fitness goals is super, super difficult to obtain already because of the patience and the longevity of weight loss, that like your day-to-day is going to freaking knock you every single day. And I'm not kidding you. And it's like been happening to me more and more since I've been off prep, that I don't have like, yep, I signed up and I'm going and I booked an Airbnb and like it's a plan. Like, since I don't have that kind of structure in a bulking phase, it's just been really weird. So anyways, I made breakfast because it always makes me feel better, and it just gave me the opportunity to continue this vlog and like show you guys just my meals. I just woke up, and I always wake up with a sore throat. So anyways, before I get to my food, I just want to show you guys a few things. So this is what are staple items in almost all of my breakfasts. Not always the bread, but this is Fran's 45 calorie 9 grain bread. Once again, always with the labels. You can just scan everything. It says what the portion size is right here. I just used 2 slices of this, and then I can't believe it's not butter original. I can't believe I actually eat this. I went ahead, it says on here, like I said yesterday, that 1 serving is 46 grams. And so I always do like 100 just because I honestly think it's the perfect portion. And I used 1 egg. And now that I've talked about this, you can see what the heck I'm even eating here. This is my breakfast today. So I just went ahead and, like I said, 2 pieces of that bread. I added some prepped chicken breasts, some spinach. I also added in a little bit of the Velveeta single slices that I add to almost everything because I love cheese. And those slices are like really easy to, I need to get a fork. Maybe I'll eat at my desk today, guys, because I've got a lot of work to do tracking food and filming. So keeping this vlog rolling with the tracking. So yesterday, my couple of meals that I made were pretty easy to track in the sense that like they were limited ingredients and or I could scan almost everything. And this is an opportunity for me to show you guys like that you don't always have those labels keeping you like accountable in a sense that you're just like, yeah, just boom, 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 like scan all these things, 1 serving, whatever. Sometimes you have to like have pre-cooked food and either portion it out beforehand or portion as you go, which is what we did with the chicken. So simple enough. That's the main ingredient I wanted to talk about in this breakfast is like, I wanted this to be a protein packed meal, and by having prepped chicken that you can easily weigh, I'll show you how in just a second, and just like the egg whites as bulk and whatever else, it's just super easy. It's like important to get my protein in early because if I hit it soon, if I wake up and be sure to just get the protein in, then it's not as big of a struggle throughout the day, because that's also something that I find like if I put my protein off for too long, or if I could have just walked over to the good food store and gotten a celery juice because I love doing that, or go get a coconut water with like a smoothie. Well, they could put whey protein in it. I have no way of tracking it. I have no way of knowing what type of protein it is in the sense of like, is there 20 carbs in the scoop? Is there 1 carb in the scoop? Is it 20 grams? Is it 10 grams? Like I have no idea, and I'm not gonna bug them. So this is like, make your breakfast, get a protein packed breakfast, and you will be on the road to success. So I'm just gonna track this really quick because I wanna eat it and it's getting cold. So sacrifices. So in my Fitness Pal, I feel like it's funny because I'm just gonna literally walk you through this because I find that anyone can just put on a screen like exactly what everything is, but you're like, well, how did you find that? Or like, I don't even understand this app. I've never used this app in my life. So super easy. We're on our breakfast for the day. It's today's date, blah, blah, blah. I can just search boneless, whoops, if I could type with these damn nails, boneless, skinless chicken breast cooked USDA. I usually always go for USDA. Once you put it in your phone and use it often enough, you legit do not ever have to put it in again. And it's super easy to just start typing in the word and it pops up from your history. So I use the same one, whether it's exactly right or not, in regards to like, is this what a white boneless, skinless chicken breast cooked to the gram weighs? What about these variables? I don't even care about that. I just go with the same one for every type of chicken breast that I use. Always this one. So I weighed it beforehand and I weighed it by the gram. You can weigh it by ounce if you want. I always weigh my stuff by gram, and it was 75 grams. So in this chicken breast, I have 117 calories and 24 grams of protein, which I think is awesome because you can do whatever you want. I personally like to portion my protein fairly small, like by total grams through the whole day of protein, not grams weight of food, the gram of protein provided. I like to spread it out because I think that my body absorbs it better that way, and that might not be true, but it's just how I personally like to do it. So some people can say that you can just eat 1 huge meal a day and get all of your protein in 1 meal and it's fine, and that can be true too. And then of course, like I showed you, I had the egg whites, and they are just the same IDH liquid egg whites. Same thing, weighing by the gram, and I always do 100 grams. So that's another 10.9 grams of protein, only 54 calories, so that's really good. One thing, this is so funny, this is happening on camera because my MyFitnessPal has been like sucking it up lately. Okay. It just gets frozen sometimes, guys. You just have to bear with it. So I've got my egg whites, I've got my chicken breasts, and then I said I used 1 egg. So then I just go ahead and put in my 1 single egg and my bread. It's always in there. Fran's 9 grain, 45 calorie, 2 pieces, and then the Velveeta cheese, which once again, in my history, sharp cheddar slices, 1 slice, boom. Okay, so the only thing I'm not tracking here is the spinach, because I literally put the smallest amount, and spinach is one of the smallest calorie food, or like no calorie food. It's just like nutrients, it's just micronutrients, and if you're on a super strict prep, don't listen to that advice, but I don't feel the need to track that. So after tracking everything here, this meal is only 19 carb, 10 fat, and 50 protein. So that is freaking awesome. The majority of the carbs, of course, came from the 2 pieces of bread, and I knew that would happen, and that's why I chose to use those 2 pieces of bread, because it is a bigger portion in my eyes and so few carbs that this is like a perfect fat loss breakfast. If you're like on the road to losing body fat, this is like a super good trick where you think you're eating a lot of food and you're not actually consuming a lot of carbs. So this just, I have as many carbs as I want to eat because I'm bulking, which is hilarious, super weird. It's a very big struggle. I won't even get into it, but so I get to eat carbs all day. So I kind of like to start light as well, because I get really full, and eating the amount of carbs that I need to grow muscle is a little bit more difficult than I thought. So anyways, super good meal. I'm gonna eat it. It's probably cold by now, that's okay. And I'm actually gonna end this video because I want to just have a few other ideas for videos to come, but I am so happy that I stuck to tracking myself, because it's not always easy. And I just hope that you guys maybe took some information from this video and it can help you with your own fitness journey or your own goals that you've set. These are just like easy ways that I do things so that I can achieve my goals. So if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next videos. I'm really excited to keep filming, and we'll just keep plugging along and sharing some ins and outs and secrets and even obvious things that you should know if you're trying to make your goals. So, see you guys later.